Today we'll be reacting to Omeezy. The internet is in a really bad spot right now. Let's get into it.
And as long as we don't tear these and of streaming in general, and as long as we don't tear each other apart and let that get in between us, we're gonna be just fine. So
they did not listen to a word he said, bro. What's crazy is Kai is 100% right here, but everyone just saw that and just went, and then they just started cooking each other, bro. It's crazy.
Appreciate y'all.
In 2025, the streaming community seemed like one big kumbaya session. From the small collaborations to the big collaborations and everything in between, I feel like
this
year...
Omeezy. I like that. That little main screen and then switch it up. That little yo-yo thing. If you see yo-yo streams, he does some of that, which I think is elite. It's a great idea. I want to do that myself. Just be right where we're going. Da-da-da-da-da, and then da-da-da-da. You feel me?
We saw everybody on everyone's stream finally bridging the gap between communities, making some awesome content, and ultimately settling a lot of differences that were had in the past. Hell, it was such a beautiful time that even Kai Cenat had to mention it in his Best Collab Stream Award acceptance speech. But truly, and I do mean truly, ever since that moment, it seems like everything spiraled downhill and the community is further divided.
Hey, Kai Cenat, hey, fuck what you said, bro. We're going to start roasting each other. That's literally what the streamer community just did.
Than it's ever been.
Breakout Streamer of the Year went to Adapt, and congratulations, and we respect you for what you did. But Rakai should have won Breakout Streamer of the Year and DDG. I don't care what y'all say. Shout out Rakai, shout out boo 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 boo.
Shout out Cutie for hosting the event. India Love for ruining the event. And yeah, that's pretty much it, you know.
I don't know why is making her going on stage and saying that such a big deal. Was it really that deep? I can't co-sign like kicking her while she down. That's not cool. Like I can see if it was girls on this motherfucker saying shit, but though, that's lame to me, bro.
Alright, sorry about that, y'all. So apparently OBS Studios just wanted to stop recording, which last stream I crashed out because of technical issues, and I'm having technical issues again, and apparently there's a really bad echo, bad audio. It might just because of the windows open. That might be it. So I apologize for that. I'm going to find a way to fix it after this video. But let's get back into this recording. So I got to like the 6-minute mark. But I'm just going to hammer down the things I just said earlier.
Like kicking her while she down.
Sorry, y'all. It's just been frustrating.
Cool. Like I can see if it was girls on this motherfucker saying shit, but though, that's lame to me, bro.
You chose this to be a about her. Like what? And then this nigga's calling me a baby, but see me in real life trying to dap me up. No, nigga, suck my dick. And
we'll get to this later in the stream.
I'm talking about. I don't gotta say a nigga's name because everybody's scared. Suck my dick. I didn't smoke with you, I didn't smoke with you, gang.
I'm not doing that, gang. I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm not watching none of that nigga stream. I ain't watching a single fucking clip because I know me and I know him. And if I react to some shit I don't like and I say some shit I don't like, he gonna say some shit he don't like, and it's gonna get deeper than it needs to be. And it don't need to get that deep. You is Kai's homie. I'm Kai's homie. We don't gotta be homies. Like you don't gotta speak on me ever. I don't gotta ever speak on you or speak to you ever, bro. It don't gotta be that deep at all.
If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It goes a really long way for this channel. Now, back to the video. Streaming has become the new meta for content creation over the past year or two, and everybody's been stepping into the game. But honestly, if we really take a look at the landscape of it all, it's the most toxic that it's ever been, and I wouldn't be surprised if people started stepping away from it because it is just a total turnoff. Clip pages monetizing out of context clips.
Alright, the first thing that I talked about that didn't get recorded is these clip pages. One of the examples I said was quit pages will take things out of context and add stuff that was not too long ago and an old clip from a while ago and put it on there. Agent says this about Kai. And it's him with some in an old room. Technically it's the same room, but in an old area. Like one time, an agent has the agency sign over his head. The clip in question was some old artifacts. That I don't know what those are. So I don't want to say old artifacts in case that rubs some people the wrong way. But it wasn't the agency sign. So you knew it was an old clip and it's fake. But people on Twitter will eat that shit up. You feel me? And plus, you mix that with some of the most, I'm saying it, retarded people in the world on Twitter. You get a result of that. And it's happening on TikTok too.
And negativity, Twitter communities engaging in some sort of tribal warfare to divide content creators amongst each other. This culture of negative content fueling the economy and driving what is now content in 2025. And ultimately, streamers are being fueled by all of this negativity to make their decision. Now, this isn't something that's new. Kai Cenat predicted this a couple of months ago, saying that Twitter communities would be the downfall of the entire streaming community.
And so far
2021, 2020, 2022, Twitter was not like this, bro. This is why I be off that motherfucker. I don't be on that bitch. And let me tell you the downfall that's gonna affect streaming too. Communities, bro. Communities is the most toxic shit on the planet Earth, bro. Like, it's the most toxic shit within Twitter. If they remove that, that's one step closer to a more positive space.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be positive at all. But it's one step closer.
This past year, other commentary channels and myself have covered these small situations and incidences that highlighted where we are today in the streaming space as far as it being toxic and not a healthy space to live in. Streaming groups are divided. Some streamers are taking more breaks now more than ever. And ultimately, it's leaving a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths surrounding the game. Streaming has gone from this fun, interactive, community-driven type of content creation medium all the way to this ultra-competitive,
hey, fuck you, bitch.
Ultra toxic and even nasty and uncomfortable space that even the streamers are feeling.
An award show really is a good opportunity for niggas to come together on shit, you know? And in my opinion, I mean, you tell me if I'm wrong, chat, but this year's award show felt a little competitive, bro. And not in...
Okay, next thing I pointed out that didn't save in the recording. I said, ain't nothing wrong with being competitive. But it needs to be a friendly competitiveness. And I don't want to yap for so long. Again, going over the same thing I said earlier on stream again. But basically, you, the audience, I am fighting to get your attention. I am fighting, as of right now, who's streaming? Who's streaming? Let's see who's streaming right now. And I'm talking about the big streamers. I am currently fighting to get your attention against Practical and Max. Extra Emily. Jason Dwayne. And then Ray Agent Boy. Feel me? I am trying to fight for your attention with these guys. And that's just what streaming is. That's not just streaming. That's what content creation is. Now, it needs to be friendly competition though. Because, like I said, we're a community. Every one of those streamers I just listed off was streaming before streaming became mainstream. Before it really got popular. Everyone was calling them losers, corny, And unless you got the bread. And technically, it's still that unless you have the bread. Bread. So it's always, dang, I hope this guy succeeds. Hey, this man's doing this and that. Great job. Ain't nothing wrong with friendly competition, and that's what it should be. Because if things get toxic, we're seeing it right now. It's bad. It's draining these content creators' energy. But if I thought I was going through it, oh, that's nothing compared to what they are dealing with right now. At least I have no drama. But it don't matter what they say. They're just getting bombarded, and it takes a mental toll. I'll say this. I don't care who you are. To me, there's no way you like being in drama after drama after drama after drama. That's stress. That's a lot of stress. It kills your vibe. So if you thought I was bad, imagine your rage right now. Feel me?
In a fun Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady type of way. But like in a I'm not happy for that nigga type of way.
Yeah.
I know I'm not the only nigga that felt it, bro. And look, I don't want to read too much in between the lines. I'm not taking shots at nobody at all. I felt the energy in the air, my nigga. That's it.
Now, I wanted to be clear and known. I don't think that the Streamer Awards was a singular event that caused this, what I'm going to ultimately say is downfall of streaming. There have been these lingering conversations that we've been having throughout the year that have ultimately come together and converged. And the Streaming Awards was just the place and space for everybody to kind of take out their frustrations on one another. And based on some of the jokes that the host gave to the audience, I would ultimately say that they had some pent-up aggression towards people.
If only Tota was here, then you guys could.
I don't think Fan had pent-up aggression, and I think these were just terrible jokes.
Almost speak English.
We're gonna speak Todanese.
Think about it. Before we went into the Streamer Awards, there was the whole edgy side of streaming. The Asmongold, the XQCs, the Aiden Rosses, the Cuffums that had problems and called out the whole landscape and how they don't feel included. Even though there's a good argument to say that these people are foundational members and still contribute to the entire economy today. They called it rigged.
Okay. Now, guys like Aiden Ross and Asmongold, here's the thing. Asmongold, you didn't make it because your people didn't show up. You're also part of Twitch. Feel me? Your audience didn't show up. Aiden, it wouldn't surprise me if there was a way to QT and everyone else was like, no, Aiden, not because of some shit. And Aiden Ross somewhat deserves some accountability for that. That's on him. He went to that side. You deal with it. And then there are just some that I feel like if it is rigged, it's rigid because they're not on Twitch. Los Polos. Feel me? Any cake streamers who aren't toxic. You feel me? Cause it felt like mainly a Twitch show. If you feel me, it's more like the Twitch Awards instead of Streamer Awards. You feel me?
I think that you have exercised editorial control and you have picked the nominees not completely from fan voting, but from your own opinions and to keep the show brand friendly. I think that the priority for the show is to make sure that the show gets as many viewers as possible and maintains as many sponsors as possible. I think that's what happened. And I am willing to bet $100,000 on it.
They challenged QT Cinderella and they even said that they were going to make their own award show. And then post the Streamer Awards, you have the internal issues within in the WL community and this conversation between the WL community, the black side of streaming, and the Poggers community, the predominantly white side of streaming, and showed the...
Okay. Here's the thing. I feel like it's really not Poggers versus W&L. It's more or less the WL versus the whiny baby side of the Poggers. I feel like, because if you're going by the Poggers is a white side, I don't think the Poggers would be white side because there won't be a lot of white people who are offended by Lacey and her jokes. To me, it's more WL versus the soft side of Poggers. Really, the soft Poggers. The side that you cannot make a joke on because they'll call you homophobic, transphobic, da. Feel me?
Division within those two groups. Now, there's a lot of moments that highlighted the differences between the community.
It's not no BS, right? Thank you.
And even the own internal problems that the community has. Whether you have Dez versus Silky and Rage, whether it's Fan telling
Dez, Silky, Rage. Yeah, that's W&L versus W&L. I don't think he's going to get to that one. That one I know the most because I watch your Rage.
Joke about Kai Cenat. It could be Rakai calling QT Cinderella a bitch and then FaZe coming to her defense. Hell, there was even a little bit of conflicting reports between Fan and QT Cinderella about who told what jokes, who wrote what, etc., etc.
She says it was the writers. No, bitch.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing that we all know was coming. I feel like, especially if this continues, the Streamer Wars was the domino, and now everything else is following. You feel me? It went from there's some tension, unseen, behind the scene tensions, and then it just all collapsed at the Streamer Awards. It all can collapse, and I think Kai sensed it too, because he was all like, hey, we gotta stick together. As long as we stick together, we're fine. Because, like he said a couple months ago, these quit pages are ruining streaming, bruh. And another thing too is this is going to hurt a lot of people, a lot of fans who are watching their creators. But I feel like creators need to stand up for themselves and not let the audience be a backpack, a battery pack. Because when we get to that Iron Mouse, that is literally an example of a battery pack thing.
It was me.
Poggers, dude.
I did it. And the reason I did it is because I was thinking everyone has to be involved, everyone has to be included. I wanted to make sure that like the whole new community that is like here.
And by the way, this was really FanFan's first introduction. Now, I first was introduced to her during the FaZe subathon, right near the end. And I saw like a compilation. I knew those jokes weren't nothing personal, because that's just what she does. She'll just make jokes, edgy jokes. That's just who she is. It wasn't nothing personal.
Here for the first time, felt included with like the cringe, corny awards show jokes. Like my understanding was that awards shows are like, they're just like bad.
Alright, bro, what is this?
like cringe jokes where you like poke fun at people. So that was my understanding. And then I was told about the whole Kai looking like Diddy meme, and I thought it was like an inside joke meme, like ongoing meme on his channel and in his community. And so I was like, okay, that should be fine to make.
But I think the incident that highlights the biggest difference in the communities was the situation that went down between Iron Mouse and Rakai and Ray.
I also saw.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. So, if he doesn't get over everything, we got another video that will be uploaded after this video talking about this whole thing. And if you don't see that video, then that probably means he talked everything here. So, I'm just going to let the clip play out.
I saw a tweet about me talking to Rakai and Ray. A lot of people were saying that I'm basically trying to appeal to people, appease people, fit in with people.
Notice how she said a lot of people try to say I was trying to appease people, Keep that in mind.
Trying to, I'm bending over backwards for people, which that is so untrue. You have no idea. You have no idea.
And I believe that I don't think she was trying to bend over backwards to people.
What I went through in that moment. So let me explain to you.
And
I'm here with Rob, and we're walking, getting ready to go to our seats, and I get rushed by Rakai and Ray. I will tell you 100%, I was very uncomfortable to the point where I was shaking.
Hello?
Because I already knew that I was going to get asked something terrible. I knew that they were going to say something rude to me. Because I just know. I know it. I know it. Because I'm used to it. Because I already know.
Now that is VTuber Iron Mouse.
Alright, he'll probably put a clip. By the way, the Russian question was Witchery, Rakai, and Ray went up to say hi. Rakai Witchery called you a legend. Alright. And Ray, it sounded like he was going to ask something stupid. But a moment in history, take a picture, because Ray actually thought what he was about to say. It was like, nah, let me not ask that. And then, what did you say, Iron Mouse? What did you say? You said, ask whatever you want. You said whatever you want. So Ray asked, what do you look like? Now, also, before we get into that, you know who else was there that you didn't say? You know who else was there? Agent. Why wasn't he called out? We'll get to that right. Now, Agent did nothing wrong. Don't get it twisted. But Ray asks, what do you look like? And by the way, to the VTuber community, the world doesn't fucking revolve around you. No one knows that you're not supposed to ask a VTuber what they look like. It's like super offensive to them. No one knows that. It says saying, in a VTuber community, what Iron Mouse should have done is that, in the VTuber community, it's like disrespectful to ask us what we look like. You didn't know, so you're okay. You didn't know that was wrong, but just to give you a heads up. So, and everyone will look at, oh shoot, my bad. Cool, whatever. You feel me? But instead of doing that, you know what you did? You wanna know what you did? You answered I'm Puerto Rican. Since they're saying I don't feel comfortable answering that question, and I don't want to hear no, oh, I feel threatened, because the biggest part of it all, you weren't even there. You was literally a tablet, and I get why, and I get that. You're a VTuber. This is you. That's what you do. You don't want to show your face, which is completely understandable. But you still want to show up, so you went on top of it. Cool. I was shaking, they were ending up on me. You weren't even there. Like, come on. And now remember how I said, why are we calling out Ray and Rakai and not Agent? Because guess what? Remember how I said it's maybe the Southside Poggers? The VTuber community is definitely the Southside Poggers. And guess what? They don't like Ray and Rakai. But they have nothing against Agent because there's nothing to go off of. So Iron Mouse, you gonna let Rakai and Ray disrespect you like that? Da 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 da. And you took the bait. You took the bait.
For those that don't know what a VTuber is, they're their own subsection of the streaming community that uses different things like avatars, 3D animation, etc., to portray an image. There's a real voice behind that person, but for the most part, it is just an avatar. Iron Mouse is giving explanation of a situation in which Ray and Rakai, two streamers of the Clover House, came up to her and asked her some questions because her community was asking, hey, why are you talking to these guys? These guys are disrespectful hanging with. Now,
yeah, it's literally because her community doesn't like them. Instead of telling her community, shut the fuck up, they're not as bad as y'all think they are. Damn. One is literally not from this country and can barely even speak English and doesn't know half the shit he be saying. And the other one is a dumb 17-year-old. Your average dumb 17-year-old. They're going to do stupid shit. But no, since that community is so soft, they want to bitch and cry.
Now play it back if you need to, but this VTuber said that they were shaking from home because Ray and Rakai ran up to them. But the beautiful thing about the internet is that we have all angles of the interaction, and this is exposing the levels of cultural difference between the communities.
Oh, is that that's Iron Mouse. Oh, what's the word? Oh, what's the word? Hey, Iron Mouse. How you doing? Post me.
It definitely wasn't run up. I can't even lie. But why are you shaking? You weren't even there. Remember how I said you're an iPad? Is that not an iPad? That's Richie an iPad.
Oh, wait.
I'm in my house.
Oh, okay. Iron Mouse, you are a legend.
Yeah. Legend. Oh, guess who the devil?
Thank you.
What's up?
Okay, I got a question.
How you look in real life?
Whoa.
How do I look in real life?
Yeah.
Stop.
Oh, ugly. That's why I'm a VTuber, duh.
Ah, you're right.
Even Ray was like, oh, yeah, you're right. That makes sense. Like I said, Ray don't even be knowing what he's saying.
I got a question.
Are you black or white?
I'm Latino. I'm Puerto Rican.
Whoa! Caloque.
It's
yeah.
Guys, tell me if that situation warranted any sorts of shaking or uncomfortability or whatever Iron Mouse was saying about the two. I think that that moment encapsulated the entirety of the event, but more so encapsulated.
And if that does, I ain't gonna lie, you got some trauma, bruh.
The entirety of the division between the streaming community as a whole. Mr. Beast put out a tweet not too long ago about why the YouTube community can't be as united as the streaming community, but a lot of people checked him because the streaming community isn't really united. At the Streamer Awards,
yeah, and that's another thing. Mr. beast, it ain't that weird.
There were poggers coded jokes that the WL community didn't like.
There are so many great streamers here tonight. Let's give it up for Kai Cenat. I want to congratulate Kai for reaching over 1 million subs. Incredible. He just barely beat out Queso, who could only eat 900,000 subs. Yeah.
By the way, that's the average Queso chatter, but no one has a problem with that, so I'll come to QT's defense there.
Were jokes attacking certain factions and sections of different streaming communities. They didn't like them. The whole edgy side of streaming wasn't even included in the conversation. Hell, even in the VTuber community, there was division about.
All right, let's talk about this too. VTuber is what we call virtual streamer. Virtual streamer. It doesn't gotta be an anime character with big titties. Shocker, I know. Doesn't consider himself a VTuber because, like I said, the VTuber community became anime girls with big titties. Doesn't like VTubers. I don't mind the creators. It's the audience for me. Their audience hates VTubers because he's edgy. Actively make fun of VTubing as a whole because he doesn't like it. When his best VTuber makes fun of VTubers for winning because he outdid y'all. Sword shows the joke. Best virtual streamer doesn't mean anime characters with big tits. Shocker, I know. The Burnt Peanut is technically a VTuber whose shit's really fucking entertaining. If you haven't yet, go watch the Burnt Peanut funny clips. They'll have you laughing, bro.
Who won that award, and if they were a real VTuber in the WL community, they're beefing. All these sides of the internet are beefing. I think one of the reasons why people even bought into the concept that streaming communities were together is a part of the parasocialism epidemic. But at the end of the day, there are big money signs attached to streamers collaborating with each other. Hell, there are some streamers that we've talked about where their whole entire identity is based on them collaborating with other streamers. So of course they need to put their differences to the get on camera together once in a while. But at an event like the Streamer Awards, you can see the long-standing issues, and I do mean long-standing issues, that the WL and Poggers community have always had with each other. You see,
and remember how I said it needs to be friendly competition? Collabs.
Poggers community, again, the generally white side / gaming side of streaming, has always had issues with the WL, again, black side of streaming. And I'm not making it a race thing. Those are the general definitions of what people deem as the Poggers and WL community. Poggers have always felt as though the WL community was loud, obnoxious, immature, and just over the top.
Konnichiwa? Konnichiwa? No, Chinese. Konnichiwa? Argentina. Chinese. No, konnichiwa.
Who? I don't even know who. Is this the... I don't even know who these streamers are, I'm not gonna lie. Is this the Kai Cenat guy? Oh, this is the Speed guy. Okay. There's like this whole new legion of like black Zoomer streamers.
Don't even get me started on Destiny, bro. If you thought Hassan was bad, Destiny. Oh my god.
And for as much as they fucking talk about how like all white people did was scream at the fucking camera, I feel like that's all these guys do. I don't know. I don't know if they have more content, but holy shit.
Sheesh.
It's just not my shit. But I'm probably just getting old. It's like the new shit is like black dude tears his shirt up, screams something wacky and wild into the camera, is racist or homophobic. It's LOL. And like that's like, okay, don't care. Or transphobic. Don't forget that one.
Meanwhile, the WL side sees the Poggers community as soft, performative, corporate, and just not fun. Same platform.
I've just fallen in that category.
Different experience. Now lately you've been seeing a lot of these sides of the internet come together, whether it be Streamer University, where there's a bunch of different people from different communities coming together, and if they're not at the physical event, they're at home watching the event. I've seen Agent and Your Rage collaborate with a lot of the Poggers vloggers community, and they've decided to make a bunch of great content. And FaZe has been reaching out to a lot of people like Valkyrae and Imaru in order to make their type of collaborative content. But honestly, I'm a little pessimistic about the future. I think that the reason why a bunch of these communities were coming together because there were bags attached to collaboration. And while the money will still be there, the long-term ramifications for collaborating with other content creators from different sides of the internet that you don't know are being felt on a day-to-day basis. I remember earlier this year where Agent did streams with Nina Lin going to China, and honestly, it seemed like a good, hearty, and fun time. But knowing what I know about Agent and the brand friendliness that he is trying to come off with, you know, the bigger heights that he's trying to reach, the different levels that he's trying to achieve, I can almost guarantee you that he even regrets being associated with Nina Lin in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And that's not because I have some sort of anti-Nina Lin agenda, which, you know, I'm anti-Nina Lin. But that's because sometimes the juice isn't worth the squeeze. Being paired next to some of these streamers that come from all different walks of life as an opportunity to gain some sort of money means that even in their negative things, you'll be attached to them. Their negative PR, the bad things they've said in their past, and their negative community. Especially when it's so easy to paint a narrative with all the negative clip pages going on out there. I could easily see the division between the streaming community grow bigger and bigger on a daily basis. There's a few things that I see going into 2026 that is going to be totally different from 2025. For one, we're going to see people pull away from streaming as a form of content creation to give themselves a little bit of a breath. It didn't go unnoticed that Kai Cenat said that he was dealing with a bunch of mental health issues and that he was looking to dabble in things like acting or things like fashion.
I hope a lot of creators in here and everybody at home and the viewers and the streamers really take care of your mental health. I just noticed that recently I just been going through things in my head, and I was able to, you know, turn to like anime, Death Note, Naruto. Recently, since I've been gone.
It also doesn't go by that I noticed a lot of streamers in 2025 just didn't stream as much. I didn't see much of Phantom. I didn't see much of Duke. I didn't see much of Bruce. Soul Illuminati came and then left because the environment is just toxic. The staple figures have made so much money that they're pulling away from this because they don't want to deal with all the stuff that comes with being online 24/7. And last but not least, I still see streaming being more and more complicated, divisive, and honestly nasty. These clip pages are running amok. As long as these algorithms continue to promote negativity, why would anybody stop? It's how they're making their $23 a month on X. And as parasocialism continues to be on the rise, it'll be easier and easier to divide communities via this negative targeting through clip pages. I just don't see a bright light at the end of the tunnel for streaming in 2026, except for the fact that, you know, I get to make more videos about the toxic community. That's probably the biggest
true
spot, you know.
True. Alright. Since he did talk about
massive day for the unemployed,
most of it, I'll get rid of this video. Yeah. Alright. Damn, that's a long video. Anyways, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed that video. Actually, looks like these guys aren't even appearing on the camera. Yeah, you barely even see it. But I hope y'all enjoyed that video. What are your guys' thoughts about this Twitch situation? Is it cooked? Is it not cooked? Or are we overreacting